And the leaders of North Korea and the U.S. are both in Singapore ahead of the big summit tomorrow. Kim Jong-un of North Korea arrived before his U.S. counterpart and held a one-on-one with the Singaporean Prime Minister. And Donald Trump of the U.S. arriving in the evening on Sunday will have his one-on-one with the city-state leader later today. And we have a team coverage from the ground, and our very own Lee Ji-won reports from Singapore.
Game on! North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump arrived in Singapore on Sunday and are gearing up for their summit on Tuesday. Kim arrived at Changi International Airport at around 2:30 p.m. local time on a Chinese private jet from North Korea. He was welcomed by the Singaporean Foreign Minister Vivian Balakrishnan and headed straight to his hotel, the St. Regis. Kim's delegates include the Vice Chairman of the ruling Workers' Party Central Committee Kim Young-chol, Pyongyang's Minister of Foreign Affairs Ri Yong-ho, and the North Korean leader's sister Kim Yo-jong. President Trump left Canada on Saturday on Air Force One after attending the G7 meeting. At around 8:30 in the evening, Trump touched down at Singapore's Paya Lebar Air Base, and he too was greeted by Balakrishnan. On board with Trump was Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, National Security Advisor John Bolton, White House Chief of Staff John Kelly, and White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders. Having arrived earlier, Kim Jong-un met with Singaporean Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong at Istana, the official office of the President of Singapore, in the evening. According to a press release by Singapore's Foreign Affairs Ministry, Kim thanked Lee for hosting the summit, and Lee praised Kim and Trump for their bold and admirable decision and wished for the success of the summit for a peaceful Korean peninsula and wider region. President Trump will meet with his Singaporean counterpart at around 11 a.m. Monday. The details of the two leaders' schedules have not been disclosed, but foreign affairs sources say Trump will have a meet and greet at the U.S. Embassy in Singapore on Monday afternoon. While the two leaders arrived in Singapore a few days in advance, Reuters, citing a source involved in the planning of Kim's visit, reported that the North Korean leader is tentatively scheduled to depart Singapore at 2 p.m. local time on Tuesday, which would be just hours after his historic meeting with Trump, which starts at 9 that morning. Lee Ji-won, Arirang News, Singapore.